how it happens, right? We have the holiday season. It means it's low hiring season during the holidays. Not enough people around. Onboarding takes time. It requires people, but there's not enough. They're on holiday. It's busy. This is the trend. Most industries follow the trend. Not all, but most follow this trend. It's the economy of the Western world. We have this slowdown of holidays, and then after the holidays, there's a hiring boom. It happens every year. If you want to take advantage of that, now keep in mind there are some exceptions, but the great majority of job seekers, this will apply to you. If you want to take advantage of that, now is a great time to be in the job market and get comfortable, because you don't want to waste time when you're actually in the bubble. The bubble of hiring starts from about middle January, and it continues right through February and into March. So you want to be prepared for this time period. I'll explain what's going on in this time period, and I'll also give you proofs. Let's begin with the proofs. I've got some notes here that I found from different articles, different places, US, UK, New Zealand, Australia. So we have the Glassdoor saying the week of January 13 is likely to be the most active, with 19% more in that week than any typical week in the year. We have also the Indeed Hiring Lab out of the UK saying the first or second Monday after New Year's holidays season typically registers the highest number of job searches in the entire year. There you go. And if we look to the Seek in covering Australia and New Zealand, they say that job ads generally peak in January. So these are little proofs that exist, but I think my main proof didn't come from that. I just looked up that now. My main proof comes from my own experience of being in the market for I've been here now. Now it's the 18th year. The 18th year of being in New Zealand. I got hired very quickly when I arrived by a national Kiwi-owned recruiting company. And we were doing, during this time, meeting a lot of employers from general manager to general labor. All of the industries were covered, all of the regions. We had a lot of broad experience, and it helped me quite a lot. Great foundation. I enjoyed it. We did well, and it was very productive. And now what I'm doing, I'm spending my time exclusively on foreigners, because you guys are the most challenging and you bring the most value on average. And this is what the people of New Zealand and Australia want. It's what employers want. It's also what immigration authorities want. They want to bring in value where we have gaps. So if you're a high-performing person, and if you're in an industry that has demand, which basically all of them do, because we have 5% unemployment. I think it went up to 6 recently, but it's still very low unemployment, which means that candidates are in shortage, especially when employers are looking for the higher end skills. So if you're in any segment, and if you're a high performer, you probably will find your match. The key is to prepare really well. So what I'm about to say to you only applies if you prepare really well. And if you're a client of mine, you already have prepared well. When we finish with the first stage, the stage of preparing the profile, we have truly prepared a best-in-class profile that is not seen in the job market. I don't say that lightly. I've seen many thousands, say tens of thousands of CVs, profiles. Nothing compares to what we're doing. You can have a look at that if you want to. You can meet with me at no cost, and I will be happy to explain very clearly how you specifically can benefit by having a best-in-class presentation of your strengths, suitable for employers in your particular sector. Now, when we're finished with that, the next thing is to get comfortable with getting responses. Responses are key. If you have no response from employers, I mean personal responses, right? Responses where someone is actually engaging you. Very interesting concept, right? Where someone actually communicates with you, human being to human being, about your strengths, about things that they require. That feeling means that there's a connection and it's real. And that's what you want, because only from there you can get invited to the job interview, because it's a vetting process to get to the interview. So the vetting is personalized. And when they personalize some questions to you, actually they're vetting you, which is good. So you want to be happy with that process, because that's the process you want to get to the job interview. And of course, the job interview is what you want to get hired. So this is a great time to get comfortable with the process. You might get hired. I was actually hired in December when I came in 18 years ago. And what happened was they hired me in December. I signed in December, but my first day of work was after the holidays. So that's how it goes, right? No time to onboard someone in December, but you might be hired in December. In fact, what I found over the many years is that as we get closer to the holiday season, employers are more relaxed. The office is more relaxed. The KPIs are more relaxed, key performance indicators. Less requirements for a lot of office jobs. And office jobs is basically HR. That's what you want. You want to reach the HR department. HR is slow. HR is slow at that time on average, most of them. They're slower. Now, they won't say this, but they are. They're a lot slower, more relaxed, less people at work, less people on the taking calls, because there's less calls coming in, there's less activity. What happens is people's mood is high. They're feeling good. It's a relaxed atmosphere in the office, or if you're hybrid, it's relaxed at home. You're still doing your job, but it's toned down. It's less deadlines. What that means is the mood is higher. People are friendlier generally. They might be naturally friendly. They might be naturally very professional, but things are even more relaxed now, so they're more friendly. It's a great time to have chats with employers, which is what you want to do. Find out where your fit is. Who's the decision maker? When are they coming back? When does hiring start? Do you have a chance as a foreigner to be hired? Those kind of conversations are great, especially if you have a really well-prepared profile. Now, well-prepared profile helps you in two important ways. Way number one, it helps you keep top of your mind all of your strengths very clearly. You understand what they are because you worked through them so thoroughly until this point. What it also helps you to do is to make a really good first impression, because the employer wants to see your profile make sense and wants to see the value that you've given in your past work in order to evaluate your performance in your future job. And it also helps to evaluate your job fit to some extent. Of course, the communication with you will go deeper into that direction. But that's really what you want to do. And it's going to help you to do that. Now, what I do is multimedia presentation, because different media communicates in different things. What I do is my multimedia is all on the same topic of your strengths. So we really review that, and it's top of your mind. You're able to communicate that really well in the job interviews, or in the phone conversations, or in the email exchanges. Preparation and then engagement. That's really it. Prepare to win right from the start. And then engage directly so you're getting responses as directly as possible. And that's it. And start now, because we're in November and we still have a chance to get hired this year. They might put your actual hiring start date in January, but regardless, it's a great time to get started now. And if you don't make it this year, that's fine. That's okay, because during this year, if you start now to feel comfortable, get yourself engaged and become a player, be in the game, then you're going to feel more confident when you come around to January, middle of January, and you start contacting employers. You're comfortable. You've already started. You have a list of warm calls. You have people that you've communicated with already. What I do is I hang out with you until you find work. Anything job related, let me know. I'm happy to track with you when you're making these contacts to help you. You can BCC me in for regular advice and support in anything related to jobs, starting from preparing all the way through until the very end, which might be salary negotiation or even career advancement after the fact. I've worked on all those different areas many times with many people, many industries, many roles. So there's not much that is going to surprise me. And I really welcome you to get involved. If you're serious about immigration, this is a really great time to be serious. Probably the best time of the entire calendar year is right now to be serious about getting into contact with your employers, getting yourself to a comfort level, and then start performing. I heard a video recently from someone who made a very interesting statement. The statement was like this: if I'm going to go to a gym and start exercising, when I first go, I'm going to feel weak, but after some time, I'm going to feel strong. When I go to a place of learning to study a topic, when I first come into this place of learning, I'm going to feel stupid, but over time, I'm going to feel smart. This is the process you have to go through. Likewise, if I hang around with successful people, at first, I'm going to feel unsuccessful until I feel successful because it takes some time, but I recover and I adapt and I become successful like those around me. So if you want to achieve great things in your life, it does make sense. It's a great tool to have. Hang around with people that are already successful at those things you want to do. And in that same vein, I would like to be, and I have been for many people, a resource. I've been your person who has your back in the local environment, guiding you through, like a tour guide would do. You want to go to that mountain? Okay, the best track is this way. Oh, this way is blocked. We have another option. We can go this way. There's 20 different ways to get there. And I know the best ways for you specifically. And we can just work through it together by communication and adaptation. Thank you very much for this time. I wish you all success in 2025 to get hired at this end of year period, which happens every year, and a great start to 2026 where you can use the experience you get now so that you can win early in 2026 and fulfill the goal that you have. If it's a goal, if it's a big goal, then it's worth preparing for. Take care.